This is WFMZ TV.
The mayor of East Stroudsburg is attacked with a baseball bat. Now police are looking for the group of young men they think is responsible.
It's the green leafy vegetable recently known for spreading E. coli bacteria. So why are these people celebrating spinach?
Winter is just around the corner, but before you start the fire, what forecasters say about this year's cool down.
Plus, Rachel Frank will let us know how long the cold weather will stick around. Good evening, I'm John Derr.
And I'm Brittany Westbrook. 69 News Weekend Edition starts right now.
Your life, your world, your news. This is 69 News Weekend Edition, live at 6.
Police say it was a case of neighbor helping neighbor that left East Stroudsburg Mayor Armand Martinelli injured.
Stroud Area Regional Police say it happened on the street where the mayor lives. It's tonight's top story. Last night around 10:30, police were dispatched to this house at 31 Stemple Street in East Stroudsburg. Police say a group of young men in their late teens and early 20s went to the house with the intent of attacking the son of 52-year-old Craig Todd. Todd tried to intervene, and that's when one of the suspects hit him in the head with a baseball bat. At that point, police say East Stroudsburg Mayor Armand Martinelli jumped in to help Todd and was himself struck by the bat. Todd was flown to Lehigh Valley Hospital with head injuries, while Mayor Martinelli was treated at Pocono Medical Center for an elbow injury. We went to the homes of both Todd and Martinelli today and spoke with family members who declined on-camera comment, but say the men are doing fine. Police say no arrests have been made and the investigation continues. President Bush Saturday urged the United Nations to adopt a strong resolution against North Korea in response to that nation's purported nuclear test.
The United Nations diplomats are meeting again today to try to agree on a measure to curb Pyongyang's nuclear aspirations. Correspondent John Lawrence has more.
Please raise. By mid-afternoon, it was a done deal. UN Security Council ambassadors unanimously approving sanctions against North Korea in response to Monday's purported nuclear test. There were objections early on by China and Russia over some of the sanctions included in the resolution, but U.S. Ambassador John Bolton was happy with the outcome.
There will be serious repercussions in continuing to pursue weapons of mass destruction.
The resolution calls for all nations to prevent the traffic of any materials related to Pyongyang's unconventional weapons program. It also grants permission for nations to search North Korean cargo looking for banned materials. North Korea's ambassador had strong words for the Council.
It is gangster-like for the Security Council to have adopted today a coercive resolution.
President Bush, who has been pushing for more international support against North Korea's nuclear program, expressed satisfaction with the unanimous vote.
We are united in our determination to see to it that the Korean Peninsula is nuclear weapons free.
The United States has not confirmed results of an actual test, but a preliminary intelligence report says radiation from the site has been detected. John Lawrence, 69 News.
Allentown police are investigating a number of cases of car vandalism. Police say they have received 19 reports of car windows being shot out by a BB gun. Most of the cases are on the east side of the city near Irving Park in the area of the 8 and 900 blocks of Tillman Street. No arrests have been made. If you know anything about these cases, you're asked to call police. Meanwhile, police make an arrest in the 4-month-old murder of a Reading man. David Carmelo Vasquez was arraigned last night on a number of charges, including criminal homicide, first and third-degree murder, and aggravated assault for the death of Michael Cavallo. Police say it was bad blood between Vasquez and Cavallo that led to the shooting at the intersection of 3rd and Walnut Streets in Reading in July.
The search for clues in the Florida Turnpike murders today continues. 4 family members, including 2 young children, were found shot to death along a Florida highway Friday morning. Florida authorities have called the crime scene one of the most gruesome they've had to investigate. Investigators believe the family's Jeep Cherokee had pulled to the side of the road before someone else in the vehicle shot them and drove away. The mother was found clutching her 2 sons in an apparent effort to protect them. No one has been arrested. The fate of a missing University of Vermont student is now known. The body of Michelle Gardner Quinn was found just east of downtown Burlington. Now police are on the hunt for her killer and are questioning 36-year-old Brian Rooney in connection with the disappearance. The 21-year-old senior was last seen with him. Rooney is in police custody on unrelated charges.
Just days after a small plane smashed into a Manhattan apartment building, the government is changing the rules for pilots of small planes. The FAA says from now on, fixed-wing planes flying around New York City's East River must be in contact with traffic control. Former Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Corey Lytle and a flight instructor died when their plane hit the building, turning several apartments into a fireball.
Officials may have found their culprit in the E. coli outbreak that sickened dozens of spinach eaters nationwide. Officials think it may be linked to a cattle ranch in California, miles from spinach fields. But in the words of one California health official, we do not have a smoking cow at this point. Investigators still can't be sure if the E. coli found in cow manure contaminated the fields. 3 people died and nearly 200 were sickened by spinach carrying the E. coli.
And the outbreak has put quite a strain on spinach farmers across the country.
Local farmers are also feeling the impact. One event today is trying to recoup spinach's good reputation. It's low in calories and full of vitamins and nutrients, but since the recent E. coli outbreak, spinach has gotten nothing but a bad rep.
From what I understand, it has very much hurt the spinach business. A lot of farmers have had to plow under their crop.
Losing the crop and their income. The loss encouraged Delaware Valley College to make the vegetable the featured item at this year's Harvest Fest.
It's local. We know it's safe to eat. The problem happened in California, so we can feel confident eating this spinach.
The E. coli outbreak was recently linked to a cattle ranch in California, miles from spinach fields. Officials thinking it may have traveled through irrigation ditches. But however it happened, the video says it didn't and is unlikely to happen here.
In this region, we don't have a cattle ranch near these spinach fields. So we can feel that we have Pennsylvania spinach that's safe to eat.
To prove it, the market chefs prepared several dishes where spinach was the featured ingredient and dared people to try it. They did, and afterwards, the people we spoke to found only one problem.
The only problem with spinach is you have to check your teeth after you eat it.
Today, hopefully it's a big thing. Bring spinach back.
Pennsylvania's spinach harvest will happen over the next 2 weeks. Farmers hope events like this one will restore the public's faith in spinach and that demand picks up.
The first openly gay person elected to Congress has died. 2 weeks ago, former U.S. Representative Gary Studs collapsed from a blood clot. Studs was a Democrat from Massachusetts who was censured in 1983. He had admitted to a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old male house page that had occurred 10 years earlier. Gary Studs was 69 years old.
Walmart is best known for low prices, but officials say some of what's taken in goes back to the local communities. Today, the Walmart Supercenter in Allentown proved that by handing out more than $8,000 to local fire companies. It is all part of the Safe Neighborhood Heroes grant.
If it wouldn't be for our local heroes, they keep our area safe, and that's what we're doing.
Overall, about 12 different fire companies received between $500 and $1,000.
There's still much more to come tonight on 69 News Weekend Edition. They say they're more like family than co-workers. Later, where this bond grew and how they kept it alive.
And forecasters say it could be a mild winter, but that doesn't mean we won't see snow. We'll tell you why.
And after a perfect fall day today, temperatures are going to dip below freezing again tonight. We'll let you know if we'll see a rebound in the near future with the forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching WFMZ TV's 69 News Weekend Edition with John Derr, Brittany Westbrook, Dave Lesko with sports, and meteorologist Mark Schanneberger with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Folks in Berks County headed to the ballpark today to take advantage of a chance to do some fall cleaning. First Energy Stadium in Reading was the place to be for the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Program. Residents had the chance to unload just about anything you can think of, free of charge. That time of year where we have some very, very cold starts to the morning, but then when the sun comes out,
it's absolutely
nice.
Beautiful, right? You can take it and take that cold weather. Mark's out tonight, but Rachel Frank is in for him, and let's see what happens for the rest of the weekend and into your work week. Rachel.
Well, we do have a gradual warm-up on the way, but it's going to take a while. So for now, enjoy the nice, brisk fall days that we have in store. It just makes you want to go pumpkin picking or check out the fall foliage. By the way, if you head up to the Poconos, seeing the peak colors in the leaves right now. Now, even though we have pleasant days, that does mean cool nights out there. We are going to see frost and freezes across the area again tonight. So if you have been taking those steps to protect your plants the past couple of evenings, for example, bringing them inside or placing a light blanket over them, you want to continue to do that tonight as well, as temperatures will get well below freezing. Outside right now, we're not below freezing just yet. In the lower 50s for the most part. 53 right now in Redding, 52 in the Lehigh Valley, but cooler in Stroudsburg at 51 degrees. And actually, it feels even colder than it actually is out there. If you factor in the wind speeds, they're gusty right now at 16 miles per hour in Redding, 18 in Lehigh Valley, and 12 in Stroudsburg. And we are seeing wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour at times. But we can deal with the weather like that tonight with such a beautiful day that we had today. High pressure kept the clouds away. We had crystal clear blue skies to start off the day, although we are seeing a few clouds trying to sneak in here for the beginning of the evening. If you look under those clouds, a storm system is passing just to the north of us, but upon a closer look, that rain is dissolving right before it hits the ground. You can see here right in our viewing area, the Poconos could see a sprinkle early on this evening, but other than that, everybody clearing out and cooling off as we head throughout the rest of the evening. And high pressure, the main weather story as it slides off towards the coast as we head throughout the weekend. So tomorrow, another day with crystal clear blue skies and those cool, brisk fall-like temperatures. Now, a little bit late to head out to the Penn State game, but never too late to give them a shout out for all our friends down there. 8 p.m. kickoff versus Michigan, partly cloudy skies and temperatures at kickoff in the mid-40s. So definitely those folks need to get that jacket out there. Here's what you can expect over the next 24 hours. An early sprinkle possible for the north, but then becoming clear and cold with a low of 31. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a few patchy clouds. Another nice fall day to go out there, go pumpkin picking, apple picking. We do have a warm-up on the way, but we knew that was coming. Temperatures have nowhere to go but up. But with those warmer temperatures, we do have some rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're looking at some on and off rain showers or sprinkle, but looks like Thursday, the nicest day on the extended forecast. High temperatures in the upper 60s, and we are going to clear out and see some sun, but of course those temperatures aren't going to last for too much longer. On Friday, another system is going to pass through and we're going to cool off once again. So fall's here to stay.
Yeah, it's official. No 70s in there at all.
No. We could see one rogue 70 in here, you know, every once in a while, but for the most part, fall's here to stay.
But I love fall. It's a great season.
Yeah, it is. Fun.
And I bet the tailgaters up at Beaver Stadium are having fun, too.
I wish I was there.
It's a lot of fun.
That's okay.
Stuck with us.
All right. Thanks, Rachel. On a Freaky Friday the 13th, western New York was pounded with an unexpected snowstorm causing power outages and road closures.
But don't bundle up just yet. Rob Marciano explains how El Nino may bring us a milder winter than usual.
After a long, hot summer, winter is almost here, as evidenced by these early sprinklings of snow in Colorado. But the forecast from the federal government is calling for more warm weather. It says winter temperatures will average above normal everywhere except the southeast. As far as rain and snow, precipitation will be above normal in the southwest and southeast and below normal in the Tennessee Valley and northern Rockies.
The main driver for this upcoming winter is current weak El Nino conditions that have developed rather rapidly over the last month or two. We expect them to persist and potentially strengthen.
All El Nino is a pool of warm water that sometimes develops in the tropical Pacific. Now, El Nino can't create an individual storm, but what it does do is it changes the global wind patterns. And for the United States, the wind pattern, or the jet stream, during an El Nino will often split into two. And what that does is it keeps the cold air locked up to the north and brings moisture down to the southeast and southwest.
The last strong El Nino was in 1997 and 98. California got hammered. But Halpert doesn't think it will get that strong.
While we currently have weak El Nino conditions and we can see this becoming a moderate strength, we certainly don't expect this year to end up as strong as the 1997-98 event was.
But not all weather forecasts are bad news. Rain will help fire and drought-stricken plains. El Nino might save you some money heating your home this winter. And there has never been a freeze in Florida during an El Nino year. Good news for citrus growers. And a mild winter means no big snowstorms, right?
Snow, I like to say, is a matter of timing and luck, so even a milder winter.
Winter hasn't even arrived. Rob Marciano, CNN, Atlanta.
I have a weather prediction myself.
What's that?
The first time there's a forecast with 2 inches of snow or more, every television station in the area will go nuts.
Yeah, they'll go crazy because it's supposed to be mild. All right.
Still out on 69 News Weekend Edition. Man's best friend comes to the rescue and saves a woman's life. We'll explain.
And Lehigh looked to get back to 500 today at Yale. Highlights next in sport.
Who says only high schools can have reunions? Today, employees from the old Pomeroys in Reading held a reunion for past employees. The Manor at Market Square Independent and Assisted Living Community offered to host the event. After the store was closed, the workers had reunions once a year for 10 years, but today's is the first in over 2 years. Some of the employees say it was more than a place to work because they were family.
Today, a group of runners laced up to help fight breast cancer. The 5K run took place at Little Lehigh Park in Allentown. Hundreds of people turned out for this year's event. One of the runners is a doctor who runs for her patients for some special running apparel, a personalized T-shirt that has been signed by her breast cancer patients.
Last week, Lehigh began their Patriot League schedule with a 28-3 win over Georgetown. That victory snapped a 2-game skid and improved their 2006 record to just 2-3. This afternoon, they faced Yale, a team they had beaten 5 straight times at a game seen right here on WFMZ TV. The good thing for the Mountain Hawks was that they were on the road. Lehigh had won their last 8 games away from Goodman Stadium. The Hawks playing comeback in the second half, down 17-6. Matt McGowan taking the handoff and gets in on the second effort from the 1. They went for 2, and Sedale Threet was sacked. In the fourth, now down 20-12. Threet hitting Frank Travato over the middle. He gets down to the 1. Marcus Thompson would punch it in later. They go for 2 and the tie. Sedale Threet finding Landon Maggs in the back of the end zone, and it's a 20-20 ball game. Alan Kimball came on for a 36-yard attempt with 4 seconds to go. But it's kind of windy up there. He misses wide left, and we go into overtime. Andy Cohen happy, but he get a little taste of the wind in the extra stanza. Jason Leo's 30-yard attempt, also wide left, way wide left. Mike McLeod would then get up and over from the 1. Lehigh falling to 2-4 in the season, 26-20. The Hawks host Bucknell next week. Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, Lafayette was coming off their bye and looked to snap a 3-game losing streak against the Ivies before resuming their Patriot League schedule next Saturday. In the first, they do it on defense. Chris Pizzotti is flushed out. Justin Sobel picks him off, bringing it back to the Crimson 27. The Pards would take advantage. Later, Brad Maurer hitting Jonathan Hurt out in the flat, and he's doing the rest, getting in from the 10. Lafayette taking the early 7-0 lead, but it would not last for long. Next possession, Pizzotti to a wide-open Matt Farbatko, 3 yards, tying things up. Harvard takes the lead in the second. Pizzotti to Corey Mazza. Lots of Z's, 19 yards. Harvard never looks back. Brad Maurer was intercepted 3 times. Jonathan Hurt lost a fumble. That kills you, folks. The streak increases to 4. Harvard on top, 24-7. Lafayette welcomes Holy Cross to Fisher Field next week. Locally, in Division II, Kutztown looked to improve to 2-1 in the PSAC East, but Bloomsburg turns up the heat. They're 6-1, 41-14. And East Stroudsburg was looking to win their 3rd straight against Edinburgh. The Warriors improved to 5-2, 12-0. In D3, Moravian hoping to get off a 2-game schneid against FDU Florham. Tyler McCambridge at 33 yards for 166, 33 touches for 166 yards in a score as the Hounds get back on track, 28-14. In the Queen City, Muhlenberg also trying to reverse their fortunes against Ursinus. The Mules had opened the season 2-0, only to drop the next 3 ball games by a total of 51 points. First quarter, Ursinus turned their opening possession over on an interception. The Mules taking advantage. Eric Santagato getting in from the 1. They'd botch the extra point. 6-0 Mules. They'd strike Pater on their next possession as well. Matt Johnson taking the handoff, coming right at you from the 4. He breaks the plane. Ursinus was ranked 2nd in D3 in scoring defense, giving up just 4.4 points per game, but Muhlenberg making it look easy. 13-0 there in the second. Greg Zaris' punt is blocked by in the end zone for the touchdown. Muhlenberg taking a 22-6 lead into the half and go on to win by that score. And in Reading, Albright had the unenviable task of facing Del Val this afternoon. The Aggies coming off a 39-0 win over Moravian. First quarter, Tanner Kelly hitting Tyrell Drumgo for the 5-yard score. Albright taking the 6-0 lead after 1. Second quarter, Del Val looking to break it even here. Mike Isgro hitting John Kiphorn. How about 45 yards? Del Val taking the 7-6 lead at the half. Third quarter action, the Aggies driving again. Mike Isgro with a play action going up top to Don Marshall for the long score. Del Val goes on to win this one 21-13. To the scholastic scene, and the Colonial League always seems to save its big games for Saturday. This week was no different. The Warriors entered the day as the lone undefeated team left in the league. Northern Lehigh came to town with just 1 blemish on their record, the loss to Salisbury in Week 3. Brett Comp and company playing a couple of nail-biters in Smithfield this season, and you expected that to be the M.O. today. We pick it up here in the first. Northern Lehigh driving, but Drew Courtwright's pass is deflected, then intercepted by DJ Lenahan. That's his 14th career interception. That sets a new school record. Congratulations to him. Later in the first, Lenahan keeping it, going 20 yards to the house. Wilson leading 14-0 after one. Into the second we go. Lenahan doing it again, rolling to his left. He's going to improvise and find Adam Thomas down the sideline. Count him 40 yards into the zone. Forget about it. You can't catch him. 21-0 Wilson. Late in the second now, up 24-0. Northern Lehigh getting on the board. Adam Halushak with the 4-yard burst makes it 24-7. And that would be your final. Wilson 7-0, 24-7.
Hopefully they get in districts and we 3 wins on us. We got 2 on them, so hopefully we can rematch and get another win. But they're a good football team, and we just came to play 48 minutes today.
And in the ALCS right now, the A's leading the Tigers 3-2 in the 6th. The Tigers hoping to put this one away and go to the World Series the first time since 1984. And the A's looking like maybe they'll force this one to a Game 5.
I think it was just told us now 3-3.
Oh, it's 3-3. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's the magic of television.
There we go. So the Tigers could pull off the sweep and surprise team, obviously.
But you never know. You have a couple more innings, so they still might be able to do it. And you got to kind of be rooting for Jim Leland as a Phillies fan. You know, he kind of was the guy that everybody wanted when they went for Charlie Manuel. And you know, he has 2 years, and right away he goes to almost to the World Series.
All right.
Well, no soon.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Coming up next, a story you won't want to miss.
We'll tell you how this dog, that one there, helped diagnose his owner with cancer when we come back. Finally tonight, everyone knows that a dog is man's best friend, but this next story shows how much we rely on them.
Suzanne had a poodle named Wiggins. On 2 separate occasions, Wiggins was passed around the room and stepped on her breast, and it hurt. She decided to go get a mammogram, and it turns out she had 2 tumors, which had already spread. Luckily, she caught the diseases fast enough and is now a breast cancer survivor, and she credits Wiggins for forcing her to get a mammogram.
Hey, best friend and a lifesaver.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
That's all for 69 News at 6. Thanks for watching. Join us again tonight at 10. For everyone here, I'm John Derr.
And I'm Brittany Westbrook. Have a good night.